Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy EDIKAN, aka WexFX Chat. Welcome to today's session of weekly analysis. Yo, before we jump into today's section of our weekly analysis, we'd like to go over what we did last week and see how the market reacted to our different projections. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to start right away on the chart we have on our screen, which is pound dollar. So pound dollar, quickly, we were projecting sales for pound dollar. We anticipated price to sell, but it did not really go the way we planned. Friday closed right on this candle, so we expected this week to be filled on the weekly. Let's just jump into the weekly. So on the weekly, we expected a week fill, but it did not. This week we expected it to fill up all the way to this 1.3393 price level, but it did not do as we planned. So for pound dollar, it was a no-no. So it basically did not really push higher for us to pick a trade. It just kind of ranged within this zone. So it did not go our direction. So this week we'll still be looking forward for opportunities, which will zoom into that in a short while. So let's move quickly to the next pair, which is gold. So gold was very, very friendly. Gold did exactly as we expected. We anticipated price to sell into this zone and from that zone push higher, and that is exactly what gold did. So gold was amazing to us. We got something out from gold. It was massive, especially on Friday, which was NFP. So that is on gold. So the next we are having was a US30. Our US30, we projected price to sell as well, but it did not actually sell properly as we anticipated. It did sell, but eventually pushed higher. So if you zoom down to H4, let's see, if you go to H4, you can see where price sold, as you can see. So we had a sell around this area, then price later pushed higher and dropped again before finally pushing to the upside. So US30, we were able to grab this particular trade. Let's clear it. So we were able to grab this sell. So I expected a break of this structure for price to keep trading lower, but it did not. So that is how US30 turned out to be. So overall, we had a fair performance because gold did exactly as we expected. US30 sold before probably pushing higher, though it did not get to our targets. So that is it. Some weeks are like that. So this week, we are just going to move straight to what our expectations are. So we're just going to still stick to our 3 pairs. And today there's good news. We are adding 1 pair based on popular demand, which is going to be pound AUD. So as a matter of fact, I see this being the new guy. So I'm going to start right from pound dollar this week. So ladies and gentlemen, the analysis for the week. Pound dollar, we are here on the daily. So let me just quickly switch to the weekly time frame. Okay, so here we are on the weekly. So as you can see, there's a zone right about this area. So let's just mark it up. So there's a zone right here. So price is heading towards that zone. So as you all can see, there was a breakout around this area. So price kind of retested that zone, but did not dip into the zone. So I'm expecting price to dip further down, then push higher. So basically this is on the weekly. So let's go to the daily and see how the daily structure looks like. So on the daily, as you can see, there's still room for bearish pressure. And as a matter of fact, Friday closed as an inside bar, so the expectation is for price to keep trading lower. This is just, as you can see, there's even a tweezer here that was formed, I think, 2 days, 3 days ago. We are within the middle of the week, so this indicates bearish pressure. If you kind of take a look further, you realize that structure-wise, price has been giving us some kind of this is a high and this is a lower high. You can see the lower low presented right here. So there's a expectation is for price to give us a new low. So on pound dollar, you're going to be expecting price to trade lower, at least into this zone, before we can think of probably a rejection to the upside or a further break to the downside. So this is expectation on pound dollar. So let's quickly move to let's take a look at pound USD, still on the pound pace. So I'm not changing my mind from the bearish bias. I'm still going to be bearish on pound dollar as a matter of fact. So let's just say this is another inside bar on the weekly on pound dollar. So the expectation is for price to trade lower. But let's not conclude here. Let's just jump into the daily time frame and see what is going on there. So on the daily, as you can see, price is just rejecting off this zone. So we had a breakout right at this level and right at this point, considering this particular week. So now price is retesting that area. So price is retesting this zone. So the expectation is for price to trade lower. So on pound dollar this week as well, I'm still going to be expecting price to trade lower. And let's look at the structure. The structure is still intact, as you can see. So that means that we are creating another lower high. The expectation is that price should continue lower. Now we are not just going to jump into the sales. Of course, we know that. So I'm going to be expecting bearish pressure the moment we break this level, the 1.3563 area. That is when I will now jump in for the sales. That is where we kind of going to be comfortable to jump in. So that means at that point, this range would have been taken out. So it will kind of be looking at see drop. This is going to be the base, and the expectation will be another drop. That is one of the supply and demand patterns. So without wasting much of your time, let's quickly move to the next, which is going to be US30. So let's see what we have here. On US30, it's kind of, for me, I'm just going to stay clear of US30, not until this level is breached. I expect sales to come in from the weekly, because if you take a look at this structure has been broken, though there's a tendency of price pushing higher to retest this trend line around this, meaning that it's going to break this high. So I'm just going to be observing what price is about to do. But on the contrary, let's the weekly is kind of indecisive. So let me go down to the daily and see if I can see something clearer. So on the daily, this is what we have on the daily. So on the daily, we have a pattern forming right here, which is not too comfortable for the cell. So we have a first leg, a second, and we have a third leg. So there's like a triple bottom that was being formed. So now we have a neckline at this point on the daily. So basically, price will be trading higher, looking from the daily, or considering the daily standpoint, price will be trading higher. So, but you're not just going to jump into the buys. You're going to wait for this neckline to be broken. Price breaks, retests, and before you can now jump into the trade. So directional wise, I'm going to be looking for buys on US30 considering the daily pattern, but I'm not just going to jump into it. As a matter of fact, US30 is going to be the last on my list this week. I'm not comfortable with what it's doing, though I have a bullish bias, but it's going to be list on my list unless I find something enticing during the week that conforms to this directional bias. So this is it on US30. And now let's just jump into our last, which is gold. Gold, you guys know, is my favorite. It's been delivering back to back, back to back. So gold, what does gold have for us this coming week? So gold is above our zone that we drew last week. Now, this rejection is very scary. It's a very scary one coming from the daily. So now let's just go higher to the weekly and see what the weekly candle has for us. So you can see what's happening right there. So it therefore means that there's a high potential or high probability of price trading lower, because look at the pattern formed there. So we have this continuation pattern or candle, which ended up selling, trading lower, and ended up closing as a buy candle. So now they just concluded week, ended up closing as a sell candle. So it therefore means that we are just going to be patient to wait for price to trade lower, meaning that until price breaks 1742 price level, we cannot jump into the sell. So we're going to be focusing on sells. So this week, our directional bias for gold is bearish. You're just going to be looking for bears. Just look at this. Look at this equal highs formed. So which eventually is going to be acting as a double top. So after that, we have not actually seen price give us a new low, right? So let's clear up. So after this, we have not seen price giving us a new low. So now that last week closed as a sell candle, giving us a new high, but rejected to close inside the previous week's candle. So it therefore means that there's a probability that price will be trading lower, considering price action right here. So it therefore means that on the weekly, we can be experiencing, or we should be anticipating for a drop, in the sense that it might play out the supply and demand pattern, which is going to be a drop, and this is a base. So this is a continuation. So this is the base. So this acts as a continuation of the sell. So this is on the weekly. Let's jump into the daily and see if it confirms what we have there. So on the daily, of course, you can see that rejection very scary. So on the daily, it is what it is. It's rejecting right at this level. So you can see that supply. After this rejection, you can see what happened, the sell that took place. So I think that is the expectation for me this week. After this strong rejection, a break of this area is just going to bring more sales into the market. So this is it's for this week. I hope this meet you guys well, and I hope this is going to be very, very helpful to some of us. Please don't forget to subscribe for those of us who have not subscribed yet to this channel. Like and share this video. Thank you very much as you do that for me. See you guys in the trading floor. Peace.